bro.
Are we in?
Gotta go.
There we go. Too soon,
All
okay?
right, all right. That was moving quickly on that one. All right, welcome back to Calling Audible, 5A and 5B.
I love this show.
Hi, I'm Mo. You are who?
I'm Simon. I love this show.
I am Peeze. I want to know who first came up with the idea of putting a duck head on a cane.
That's fair.
I don't know. Okay, Terry. Yes, nice to meet you.
You could just call me Two Canes because of how much I limp.
Nice.
That's 2 cane references.
That's why I'm Two Canes.
I
All right.
No longer Peeze.
Let's
Pablo
dive into
2 Canes.
let's dive into the week that was for 5A and 5B boys.
Let's go. I don't
What
see.
caught your attention in 5A or 5B?
Well, I was there to watch the Nakatomi survivors lose their brothers. I couldn't. I was inactive in this game.
Yeah, you've been inactive a lot.
Yeah, I'm getting older, and it's
I
Active
know.
on the phones.
I compare pieces to like a running back. You know, you're conserving the touches on the wear and tear of the body
Yeah.
for the playoffs.
It's not his fault.
Which won't happen for
Paulo
Nakatomi
2 Canes here.
Two Canes, bro. Honestly, it's a team where once Jonathan Laristas got hurt early in the season, it was not going to go well. And he was back, but just hasn't progressed because he hasn't been there. And Steve Sander, on the other hand, did a very good job.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room?
Yeah, sure.
This team lacks a lot of depth. Like a lot of depth. Ego shouldn't play offense.
Well, so Denzel Adilo wasn't there. I wasn't there.
That would have helped.
So two guys on offense that are
Big
different
difference.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what I'm saying. Like, John Laristis was struggling because the receivers were not open.
They were. He did. The problem is they were early into progressions, but John Laristis
Also,
looks
the
to be
snaps were. I mean, you caught a lot of one-handers out there.
yeah.
Which, again-
his snapper wasn't there.
which, again,
is the other thing.
Difficult when you're trying to get the first read.
But it's also he tends to try to beat the rusher first and then make the read. But by that point, the read's broken down. And
Yes.
receivers are waiting for the ball, basically.
Also because snaps over his head. Like,
Yeah.
all that.
But again,
together-
his snapper wasn't there.
but all of that. Yeah, no, he was.
No,
He just wasn't playing.
on the sideline, correct.
He was there physically. Just.
But I was
not playing.
impressed by Brothers, man. They're a good team overall. They gave some stuff away early, first half, and second half they did the exact opposite. They took it away. They were losing. Brothers were losing this game 12-7 at the half.
Steve Sander, as much as he wants to hate on himself, saying, "Oh, I'm not a quarterback," whatever, he didn't play. Like, he played all right. He made some mistakes. Like, he wasn't flawless, and some of the throws I'm sure he wants to take back. But overall, like, it wasn't bad, and he got the job done.
Well, I saw 3 plays. And those 3 plays,
Yeah.
Sven Sanders dominated those games. I was like, wow, man, he must really kill this game. And then I realized it wasn't.
Because Mokan has a 3-hour shift, but shows up an hour late.
Yeah, a casual Wednesday. Yeah, those 3 plays, like, wow, man, Nakatomi Survivors, terrible. John Laristis, irrelevant. Sven Sanders, Terminator out there.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong. It's a kind of game where the longer the game was, like, so if it was a 4-minute game, Nakatomi Survivors had a chance. But the longer the game goes, the longer the point differential.
So I saw Tents and Hammocks against Tip Top Shape.
Wait,
big win. Big win for Tents and Hammocks,
Yep.
27-26. Brandon Elward, looking at him as a quarterback now, I know he's played it for a couple of seasons, but he looks like he's much more comfortable now. Danny Elward, we know that connection. 7 catches for 3 touchdowns. But I need to figure out one thing with Tip Top Shape. So they gave me a roster. I noticed this with Tip Top Shape.
Okay.
So they always give me a roster sheet, which is nice of them.
Which you're supposed to do, by the way. Just
Yeah, I
as a
know.
general statement.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
Why?
nice of them. Nice of them.
Nobody
you
cares
are.
about the problems of scorekeepers.
Yes, you are.
Scorekeepers are like
if you
less
don't-
interesting than refs who are already at the bottom
If
of
you
the
don't
list.
give us roster sheet, you do lose 5 yards on the first play because it's a penalty.
Oh,
It's
we have
in
an
the
app
rules.
though. So
No, but you gain 5 yards because it'd be a 45-yard bomb. At that
there
point.
you go. Dude,
There you
all
go.
it is more stats, bro.
Exactly. So I always notice that they always list 10 or 11 guys, and 7 show up.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And David
How do you
DeAndre did play for Gino DeFazio.
Yeah.
I'm just
Well, no,
saying that the
you print
So-
your roster sheet with everybody on it.
Sometimes-
no, but they cross out guys who aren't going to be there, but they keep guys who are listed. that
Maybe
will-
you're going to be there. I don't know.
So, but maybe like what you're saying, Mo, is sometimes when 2 parts touch, they have the same bacteria in common.
perhaps. But here's the thing. I mean,
Creative, I like it.
I think.
Kids show. Teaching them about bacteria and touching.
Sorry about that. Tip Top Shape.
Bad stuff.
I look at them now, and It's the same guys, the same offense,
The tough
same recycled look.
But it works, man. Like they're having a decent season. Like they're
Charles Verreau is very good for them.
of course
He's
he's
very
a very good. He's a very good
He's
before player.
the worst rated player in FPF.
Yeah,
His rating needs to go up.
he's
way up.
he's the reason why I don't understand why we don't have ratings in the fall. He keeps playing the fall division and tearing it up, but for some reason we don't update because the fall doesn't count for some reason.
Legends of the Fall. He's one of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Xavier is a legend of the fall. So at some point he's gonna have a rating, most likely after winter season. So sorry for everybody called François Martin because you won't be able to use him anymore.
Yeah.
Other games you saw this week, guys?
I caught, and I know we've done a lot of 5A already, but let's just do one more because I was there for the game. I watched the Super Saiyans GLC game, and of course my the internet is loading very slowly.
Saiyans winning 36-13 over GLC.
Honestly, Super Saiyan just had guys running all open. This is just a bad matchup for GLC. Hyman Long having to play from behind, having to fit balls in tight windows. And honestly, like I saw this freak play too, where ball went through one of the Saiyan's hands and into the diving arms of another receiver. Like just everything that could go right went absolutely right for them. Johnny Johnston puts up 3 touchdowns in this game. Dylan Segal and Jared Gallant put up the other ones as well. It was just domination top to bottom, and you know what, like. Again, Hyman Long, he's just very good at keeping pace in the game, and if he gets too far behind, it's not his strength to come back from behind. He's not a quarterback who gets blown out often, and you can see in this game because of his inexperience, which is weird, right? Like he's such a good quarterback that he doesn't know how to handle a blowout because he gets so rarely blown out, and he just mishandled the second half of this game.
Games you saw, Simon, from 5B?
The process. Well, so we can all agree that the process is probably the best team in 5B.
Yes.
Process barely beats A-Town 27-24.
Well, A-Town's good too, though.
I was waiting for you
But
to
that's
describe the play as like this.
But that's the thing. So the score line sort of surprises me a little bit, considering that I believe the process is probably the best team in 5B.
Mm-hmm.
A-Town is a good team, but they're not 3 points weaker than the process. Know what I mean?
So you're saying that this should have been a bigger scoreline?
Yes, I believe
That's
the process should have won by 2
strangest
scores.
way to word it. Like,
I know, right?
I
I was saying it. I was expecting myself.
So, but like, it doesn't mean they're forever going to be 3 points better. They may win another game by 10 points. They may lose a game against A-Town.
I don't see them. Like, I wouldn't see A-Town being able to compete in a very close game against Process. I was expecting like a 2-score difference, and for this to be a 3-point game in which both teams scored the same amount, just converse difference, is impressive to me. Like from the A-Town perspective, they played well, like, all things considered.
Fair.
Yeah, I really fished that one.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with that, so I just let you talk your way into your paper bag.
Anything else, guys, that you saw from this week?
Takeover beating up on Fighting Flamingos.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
No, not at all. But Takeover's doing what good teams do. They're they're beating down on teams they're much better than. Ian Heber, being just very efficient as
I think got a
game.
big game coming up. Takeover soon enough.
Which one?
Later on in the season. Trying to
So
find
I'm
time.
loading.
Trying to get that schedule up there. Actually,
Tough Lungs or the process? The process is what you mean.
Process,
Yeah.
exactly. Later on in the season.
Later on, I don't know, man. Leave me alone.
Oh wait, week. You know that week that they have coming up in March.
Yeah.
So, Les Barons beat Black Knights 20-18.
That was a terrible game. I watched that.
We talked about Black Knights last week when you were present but not in front of the camera.
Oh,
And we said toss up, and we said that Black Knights is a better team than most people expected coming into the season, more competitive. But then they dropped this goose egg. And
they're terrible. They're a terrible team. They have a roster of like 85 guys. Like,
But what if all 85
Hollowak
guys
and
can
I-
play, though? What if they're all ballers?
Alex Hollowak and I, we have a running joke.
I don't know.
So I like how you evaluate teams based on your inconvenience as a scorekeeper.
It is. It's based off of my headaches for scorekeeping. But here's the thing, right? Monday night, Alex Hollowak and I would do Fields 2 and 3. We call this the equivalent of the ESPN Monday night schedule of the worst games possible.
The Titans against the Jags.
Yeah, exactly.
I
That's
heard
what we
this-
call it. We call it the Titans versus the Jags. The Barons and Black Knights are the epitome of Tennessee and Jacksonville on Field 3 on a
So-
Monday night in late February.
So who's the top defense?
Oh, God. They don't have defenses, okay? The only thing that's great
The
about the Black
Jags is a
Knights...
good defense, bro.
You know what? No, they were. But the Black Knights, if this is 15 years ago, they'd be an unbelievable team. Now they're not.
Dina Pierre would be like 3 years old, bro.
I'm talking Stéphane Leziag and all those guys. Cafe and all those guys. It's just a team with so much physical gifted talent
Yes.
that is inept to find a combination of what works well on both offense and defense, and they always do this themselves, shoot themselves in the foot when it matters most, and these guys are hyped up like it's Monday Night Football, like ESPN's going with Jason Witten and Joe Tess on the sideline.
no longer Jason Witten.
I know.
Yeah.
Before
thank
he
God.
got to the Dallas Cowboys.
So you knew that the commentary would match the game. on Monday Night
Exactly,
Football.
exactly. And so I'm just looking at him like, man, this Black Knights team has dramatically underachieved in what they're supposed to be.
So this is Black Knight not being good rather than Les Barons winning the game.
Exactly.
Tough Lungs took on Punishers.
Yeah,
And I realized my headset's not even plugged in.
That's fine. We don't need one.
I was like, what's going on here? I can't hear anything.
Tough Lungs took on Punishers. We got some clips as our producer Terry Tam rolls the footage.
Them tees.
Honestly,
What are you doing, Mogan?
Where's my plug?
It's Punishers. It's the problem we've seen with Punishers
Give him
all
just a
season long. I
jack.
know I'm filling in from Simo. Please help me do the show because I'm currently by myself. Adamo Luca. Look, they brought in Raf Morelli and Alessandro Barazzoni. Alessandro Barazzoni scored twice. It just looked like he never got comfortable with his weapons. On the other side, Matthew Lerner just had a very good game. Justin Lerner scoring twice on 7 catches. It's kind of what you come to expect with Tough Lungs when the Lerner brothers share the field
It's
together.
it's what Tough Lungs has been doing for too long now. No,
We're good. Yes,
We
we're
only,
good.
I
We're
only
back.
gave him a jack, and he kept it in his hand the whole time. Like, how does this work? Anyways, so this is what Tough Lungs has been doing for too long now, is the Lerner brother connection. They need a second and third guy to really step up and make plays for them. Problem is, in this game, it happened. John Madimanos stepped, 7 catches, 84 yards, 3 touchdowns is huge. Problem is, only 3 guys had catches, and one of them had only 1.
And honestly, the other 2 guys are the 2 guys capable, like John Madimanos and Oliver Dolores are very, very good players. They're guys who can be more involved in offense. So,
you could use the snapper Greg a little bit more. Just Darren was not playing.
Greg.
I don't know how to say his last name, so I'll be nice.
Take a chance, bro.
Chris
Kritzelis. Right,
Kritzelis.
Terry?
Maybe.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I nailed that shit.
Just Darren was listed as did not participate. So that's a big blow for them. He's technically the number 2 guy. But at the end of the day, it remains that it's the sort of team that you expect it to be a 1-2 punch between Justin Lerner and just Darren.
Mhm.
And by missing one of them, it should have hurt their stock. But Punishers this season have been a disappointment.
All right, so GLC, they're in the number 2 spot. They
Okay.
got humbled on the weekend. Can they fend off the competition and still remain in the 2 spot with 3 games to go?
Okay, so we're back.
Who are they playing?
We're back to 5A.
We're back to 5A, boys.
Who are they playing?
GLC,
Yeah.
the team in white.
Yeah, the
Little
team in
habit.
white and green.
And
That
green.
is the color scheme
That
of
is
the team we were
predominant-
talking
So
about.
also a little bit
Probably
of black in there.
They play Tuesday Night Lights,
Tuesday
and then
Night
they
Lights,
play
yes.
the Outlaws.
Is it on a
Yeah.
Tuesday though?
This is on Tuesday.
No, it's not. There's no games
It's
on
on a
Tuesday.
Saturday.
So they will lose that game.
So they have 2 games
Sorry,
left.
Tuesday Night Lights.
They have 2 games left.
Just
So-
Tuesday Night Lights and
and
Outlaws. Outlaws will be a tough matchup for them.
Outlaws is a tough matchup for GLC because I believe that Outlaws is better at doing what GLC is doing than GLC.
Which is?
Slow, grindy, high percentage offense, and a defense that's gonna a very good red zone defense. They're gonna give up a lot of yards, but they won't let you score. Where Outlaws, that's exactly what it is. They're gonna give up first downs, doesn't matter. But when you get to the red zone, you're gonna struggle to punch it in. And on offense, Prasad, what he does best is just drive the field take a lot of time, take a lot of plays. He's gonna score on a 9-10 play drive instead of just bombing it for 40 yards.
Well, when you got Nick Dana out there, man, you can just dump it off to
Nick
Nick
Dana wins every matchup all the
Yeah.
time.
You know, he
Except
doesn't
against
wear his,
clothing.
he no longer wears his North Shore football pants.
Yeah,
Really?
they probably no longer fit. He has an issue.
His Nick Dana's
Well,
now
well,
on
you
his
say that.
waistline.
But he's not fat.
Hey, I didn't say it. You said it.
You said it, man.
Okay, what level of fat is he? Is he Simone
About
fat,
third trimester.
Peeze fat, or Terry fat?
He's
So,
very fat.
Eagle.
Am I the lowest one at this point?
I don't know.
After all the weight you've lost, yeah, for sure.
So
think Eagle.
who's the highest? Me?
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say it. You're the most Nick Dana of us all.
Oh, right. The most Nick Dana.
So if we had Outlaws, GLC, Voodoo, and Spartans as your top 4, who's your top 4 right now? Because they're all within a game of each other for the top 4 spots.
Say that again, please.
GLC, Outlaws, Voodoo, and Spartans.
Oh, give me Outlaws for sure amongst that team. I like Voodoo,
Yeah.
but they sort of fell off a little bit off the radar because of the recent losses. Like we just said about GLC, I think that Outlaws is just a better version of them. So and to me, Outlaws is probably the best team in the division if we don't count for like Super Saiyans.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Peeze? Would you still have the Outlaws as your number one team? But if so, who's the second best out of the bunch then? Is it GLC, Spartans, or Voodoo? And Voodoo's been playing better. Like we haven't spoken about Frank K and the boys.
It's
We did
well, we
earlier
have
this
just,
season, right?
I know when I wasn't there.
no, but you were in the corner saying toss up.
Yeah,
so-
toss up.
Honestly, Voodoo would be my next. They're just the next most complete team. I like them top to bottom. It's a good roster, and again, if Frankie is the kind of guy where if he has a massive chip stack in front of him or between his legs, you know you're in trouble.
So who's bigger, him or Kyler Murray?
Where?
Physical shape, like height wise.
Oh, height,
Yeah.
not
yeah.
length.
No.
Height. Kyler Murray is definitely taller than him.
I mean, it could.
Kyler Murray is taller than most of us in the room.
I mean, it could also be height,
Not Terry.
depending on
Terry's
how you
pretty
measure
tall.
it.
Terry, how
okay,
tall
you're the
are you?
tallest in the room, right?
I am. Terry, how tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Okay,
So
it's
yeah, so
Murray's
Kyler Murray's taller than
yeah.
all of us except Mo.
Yes.
Is he though?
Yeah, he's 5'10". 5'10" and a quarter, I think it is.
I'm 6 feet. What's wrong with you?
You're 6
Yeah,
feet wide.
6 feet
perhaps.
wide.
No,
he's still-
you are not 6 feet.
Yeah.
Do you want to measure it?
Yeah. Like, go whip it out.
Oh, I thought we meant height.
So in
Not
this
girth.
case, gentlemen, speaking of heights, who cannot lose this weekend? Tip top shape, Brocasian, tents and hammocks.
Progression.
Yeah. I agree.
Procasian cannot afford to lose more games. They're already in a tough spot with a tough schedule.
With very little, I think they have 2 games left now. This
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can't
3
afford
games
to
left.
lose.
3 games.
3?
I apologize.
So what's their schedule now? Please, if you have it in front of you.
They have
producer.
no show.
Okay.
Les Voyous and rolling with Mahomes.
Okay,
I saw
so-
the you play.
So,
the
so
other
they
week.
have to win 2 of these games. Like there's no reason for them to lose to Les Voyous or no show.
Could they win and tie, and still be eligible?
But why would you like? To me, if they want to be a playoff team and be competitive this season, that's 2 easy wins and a tough game against Rolling Mahomes. So if they're able to go 2 wins back to back and then lose against Rolling Mahomes in a close game, they're a real playoff contender. If they lose one of those 2 games, they'll just get washed in the playoffs.
All right.
'Cause the division's very top heavy.
So, Peace, who you got, man? Who cannot lose this weekend? Is it Brocasian, tents and hammocks, or tip top shape?
Tents and hammocks are also not in a great spot, to be honest. I thought they'd be a little further along. And when you look at it, you're like, okay, well, Brendan Aylward just missed that one game. But, man, when you're 500, losing a single game earlier on that you could have otherwise won makes it difficult. They have tough games ahead of them. You know, Brothers and Dream Chasers are tough games.
Dream
and-
Chasers, man, very good team this season.
and Flamand Food to end the season. So 3 of the four games are against teams that are at least as good as they are.
All right, and LFF is actually chasing them. So, Buffalo Wild Wings, LFF, who cannot lose this weekend from the next group of teams who are fighting for a playoff spot?
Whoa.
Okay, I guess PC's
don't
phone is
smash.
not working very well.
Bro, don't smash your phone, bro. Listen, it's tough, man, because looking at it, there's let's start with Conference B. If you look at it, Dream Chasers are right there, but Big Fun Party Mix. So I would like to see Big Fun Party Mix in the playoffs. I like what they're doing. I like this team a lot this season. Only thing is, they're so close and their schedule is not easy, right? So they need to beat the teams that need to beat them to be in the playoffs.
So, they need to beat teams that need to win.
So they're going to play against Tents and Hammocks in 2 weeks, which is also a team on the bubble. They're going to play against Buffalo Wild Wings, they're also a team on the bubble. So if they're able to win all these games, they're going to finish with like a 5-5 record into the playoffs. They're going to be all right. But they could also lose these what could be round 1 matchup playoff games and then just not make the playoffs. So it's going to be
the game, specifically the game against Buffalo Wild Wings is super important for them.
Yeah, and like, listen, they play well. We've seen them in the past. They're a good team, but they also make mistakes, and they're not flawless. And there's games where they just look off. And if that's one of the games against Buffalo Wild Wings that they just don't compete well, then they just make mistakes, and they let the game get away from them, they might not make the playoffs at all.
Is it strange to see guys in their like FPF profile pictures who have like just the biggest mean mug? Like,
Who are you talking about?
specifically on my page is Dylan Daou. Like, bro, I seen you smile. You're not that tough. Relax. It's a profile picture for a recreation league. Nobody's gonna believe you robbed a liquor store. Relax.
I do love how he's right next to Nick Schaffer, who looks like
See?
he's enjoying himself.
That's how you take a picture.
Like, yeah, really.
Right here. Look at all the weekly leaders. I would hang with Nick Schaffer. Dylan, dude, nobody's gonna talk to you, bro. Like you're not sociable.
I would hang with
Call
Eugene.
Force.
Call Force.
Yeah, like I mean,
Call
bro,
Fogg?
Call
you,
Fogg
you,
is
you
very
feel
good.
like you think
He's
you're
very
still the
good.
cool guy, but like the picture says otherwise.
Well, let me tell you one thing about Carl Fork. He, unfortunately, concussions ended his career at the university level.
Yeah.
He was the best linebacker for a 2-year period.
Is
in
that
Cuba.
why he's not smiling?
Perhaps, but this guy is like he's lost weight because he's no longer playing football at that level. But this guy was a tank. Like he would just rock you. So if you three guys stood back to back to back, he would like push you guys back like 20
I'll
yards.
tell you who a tank of smiles is. Eugene McLaren. He looks like he's fun to hang with.
He looks like a nice guy. He looks like the kind of guy I want to have a beer with,
Yeah.
or like 20.
Want to hand him a championship belt just to hang out with.
Yeah, why not?
See what happens. See if he goes crazy.
See what's gonna happen. I don't know.
So Honey Monitor and LGC, could they jump into the top 2 of their side of the bracket in the 5B standings right now, moving towards the next 3 weeks of the season that's left in the winter calendar year in the month of March for the next 3 weeks? So like there's some teams have 2 games, some teams have 3 games.
Yes. Some teams have 3 games. It is a fact.
Okay, so I really like the Eagle Cock this season. I've been a big fan.
I know you do.
I've been a big fan from the start because it's a sick name, and
Just this season?
just the season.
This isn't a condition that's
No,
plagued you for.
Just the season. If we would have wanted to have that name, we would have been told no.
Hey, look
Can't
at
work
that.
out sound
Look
effects,
at
but the
that.
Eagle.
Eagle will be on his phone playing like War of like Gridlock or some stupid video game of his.
What?
At least yeah, like War
World
Gridlock.
of Gridlock.
Yeah.
Yo, look at World of Good Luck. I need to know what that is. Yeah.
I think it's a video game. Anyway, carry on.
So, anyways, a bunch of new players. Never played FPL before.
Also, look up Grid of World Luck.
No, World of Gridlock. Bunch
That's
of
big.
new players. This is their next 4 games, considering they're already 5-1. They got A-Town, which is
This is very important.
World of Gridlock.
There's literally nothing.
Like the Google page
It's
is
like
empty.
It
It's just a white
says-
page. I've never seen that before.
Comment: U.S. is just one symptom of a world in gridlock.
So what you're saying is Eagle plays politics.
Yes, he does.
On his phone. So they go Cook they're 5-1. They got A-Town next, which is a tough game. And then they got Tropic Thunder, Honey and Martin, and Jet Level Midnight. So worst case 8-2.
What's interesting is while the last game for Honey Martin is Lego Cock, it's not Lego Cock's last game.
That always happens.
So
they're
Honey
ahead
Martin's
behind.
last game will be March 10th then.
but Honey Martin before that game faced Mobamba and Need Help, Can Need Help. I believe as it's pronounced in the colloquial English. But then they face Lego Cock, so it's win-win because Mobamba's boring and Can needs help, and then they face Lego Cock. So like that's the only game that really matters of all the ones listed.
Yeah, but like it's a 5-1 team against a 5-1 team.
Yeah.
Right? And somehow both of them are not like at the top of the division. So how top heavy is this division?
Very top heavy is this division.
It is.
So who's 5th? Like La Brume? I'm sorry.
Yes.
But like there's a huge difference.
Lebanon's not bad, man. They're a good team.
It's not bad. But,
Their offense especially is fun to
but
watch.
considering like the top 4 is the U take over, Honey Martin and Lego Cock, then you have La Brume and Fighting Flamingos and Tropic Thunder.
You guys see that? I just feel like this show has a hate for Jimmy Lee Janvier for some reason.
No, I like him.
Mokon is like the biggest fan.
Yeah, I love Jimmy Lee.
Because honestly, it's a fun team to watch.
They're a good group of guys, man.
Yeah.
They really are. Like people underestimate these guys.
so what he's saying is they're scorekeeper positive.
Oh yeah, no, these guys are Monday Night Football town. These guys are like Sunday night, Wednesday Night Football level of excitement.
Wednesday night football.
Yes.
FPF.
Yes.
Okay.
FPF, man, the only football league worldwide playing football on Wednesday.
So what's
Except
the
for Mac Action.
what's the
from
equivalent
October to
of
December.
Wednesday night football?
Wednesday night hockey.
Wednesday Night Football is like Monday Night Football, but in the 90s, like when it was good.
Oh, okay. So
This
not now.
this to let everyone know. I know.
It's not so bad. Thursdays are shit.
No, Thursdays got better because they give more money because
Yeah,
Amazon
Fox.
dumped an ass ton of money on Thursday Night Football.
Just a heads up. I know people are like, "Oh my God, Arsenal's in the 3 hole in the 5B playoff standings." Well, that's a little bit of a glitch. They're not in the playoffs. They're actually
No,
at the bottom half of the playoffs. It's the 14th ranked team for those who are curious to know.
Actually, no, but it can't be 14 because there's only 13 teams. But sure,
I know.
it's a glitch with the website.
I-
There's not 14 teams.
Uh,
Don't
the-
lie to the people.
So
come
the
on.
U and Takeover will not play each other during the regular season. So
That's kind of sad.
And
though.
they'd be 12th also. That's the other thing. Because Les Kakashu haven't won a game.
Yes, they're not 14.
who you got if the U played the Takeover right now or during the playoffs? Because
No, give me the U.
No, Takeovers.
No.
This is the
okay,
best.
okay. So Peeze, you go first. Why do you have?
So
Takeover?
because what happens with Simon is he's so unintelligent. He bases all of his
Yes.
opinions on things that have happened in the past. But things change.
Like what?
Like, for example, this Takeover team has gotten better and better. Vincent Benjamin has earned a bigger spot on this offense. I think this is like championship or bust for Ian Niebuhr.
So who do you take then? Vincent Benjamin or Nicky Papich?
I take the combination of willpower and Vincent Benjamin. That there's two of them, and there's only one of Papich.
But I'm not including.
Well, they
Willpower.
also have like Tim Warner and Joe Cano.
And Horner.
Yeah,
by the
but
way, Horner may
I
not be
changed
eligible for
it
playoffs.
to fit my narrative.
Tim Horner may not be eligible for playoffs. He's only had 3 games played.
The
right
Horn
now.
Dog.
Well, they
Yeah.
got 3 games left.
Yeah, so he's got
He's
to play
fine.
2 out of 3, right, to be eligible
He's
for
all right.
playoffs.
I believe in him. I believe him.
So what do you have?
So the U,
The
as
U.
much as we could say they're limited by what Evan Frank can do, because at times the only thing that seems to limit them is the way Evan Frank reads the field and makes certain mistakes. I've seen him throw in triple coverage to Joe Cano over the top, which again, not the fastest guy on the field, not the tallest guy on the field,
Great beard, though.
but like, he'll fight for every single ball, and if a DB goes for it, he's gonna smack him down. And I didn't say him the ball, I said him the defender. So it's a smart thing to do, but if he improves as take the 5-yard hook that's wide open on the sideline to Nicky Papich instead of forcing a triple coverage, the U's going to be better. And I think that's something that they've noticed and worked on this season that makes the U a much better team now than they were earlier in the season. And they're 6-1.
Okay.
All right, so before you get to your point,
So they're a
Peeze.
better offense.
They're not better offense, I disagree.
Okay, so
But
here's
they
the
scored
question,
more.
right? You have 5 plays left. Einheimer or Evan Frank to win you the game.
So, nothing is more impressive than what Evan Frank did this past spring in the Division E finals, or was it E2?
It was the E-finals, yeah.
E-finals,
spring,
yeah.
spring finals.
Against Arnold Desjardins' team, which
Like,
is not kidding me.
nothing
Gang.
was impressive at all.
Glow
Like,
Gang.
like nothing in the world.
And do you
was
remember?
impressive.
Nothing more, no, not even.
Okay.
Nothing.
Do you remember
No,
what,
I just want
Name
you
a
to.
thing.
I just want you to be
Name one thing in the world that was more impressive. I'll tell you why it's not.
do you remember what day that game was on?
Cookie Crisps.
Cookie Crisp. I'll tell you why. It's because Evan Frank doesn't need milk to be tasty. Go ahead.
Do you remember what day that game was on?
The date? No. I don't
Monday
know.
Night Football.
Okay.
The
Hmm.
finals of that game that you're referring to was on a Monday night.
Oh yeah, it's true. That was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. Let's
Because
never
someone
do that again.
didn't. Someone botched the
4:30.
RSVP of the field.
Yeah, it's not doing
All right,
it
so
yet.
go ahead. Why do you have Evan Frank?
So here's the thing. I don't know. I don't think I choose him, Frank. So what he did was very impressive. However, I like Ian. Sorry, because I have to say his name wrong on purpose. Ian Heber. I like his ability and his repertoire of throws. There's more that he can do with a handful of plays left. Yeah, he can slurp it all the way down the field.
Now, see,
There's not a way you can embarrass me. You know that, right?
I really like Evan Frank, not just this season, but like you said, he's been very impressive ever since he started playing quarterback for his teams. With 5 plays left, when tie game, I really like what Evan Frank could do because he's multidimensional. He can run. He's a threat as a runner, and once he scrambles, he always finds a way to connect with somebody, which is not something that every quarterback in this division can do, and it only helps when there's only 5 plays left in the game.
All right, so in the aftermath of that atomic bomb,
No, that was a rocket launch
Oh,
because
rocket.
Simon was the rocket launcher.
yes, that's right.
He's launching his
So
dumbass
after the
opinion into
aftermath
space.
of that rocket,
No one can hear it.
My
if
dumbass
you had to
is-
put money down now, who's going to go farther in the playoffs right now today?
Who?
Between the U or the takeover?
Takeover. Roll over. Takeover.
no.
Championship season.
Well, I don't disagree with you. If they don't,
You
they
said
don't,
no, and then I don't
No,
disagree with you.
championship or
They literally mean opposite things.
You said no. I think the U will go further, but I agree that this season for takeover, it's championship or bust. They just will bust.
Are you
Okay.
No.
Okay, so we have.
Your analysis is very ahead behind.
Thank you.
No, that's not what it means.
So we have the Process and Bruins who are both undefeated 7-0. The first one to lose is who? Process or Bruins?
Well, who are they playing, Mo?
Well, it's once I take out the schedule
So
So
again.
have
as
some
I look at the
research.
Bruins schedule, and you could look at the process
yeah,
schedule.
which I'm
I will
doing
sit
right
here
now.
and look pretty.
Bruins play player recognition, Dope Boys, and Les Ballons, so they are not losing.
Fair.
The process.
The process.
7-0, which have only given up 125 points against this year, which is quite impressive. Led by our boy Andrew Langbert. The process.
Nah, man, my boy's Andre Borden. You can keep Andrew Langbert.
Yeah, exactly. They got Dope Boys take over. Process will play each other week 10 and then week 11. Tough Lungs stand off.
Hey, that's not an easy schedule.
That's not easy.
No, it isn't.
So I'll say the process. If one is to lose, the process is more likely to lose.
Because the Bruins have the.
While I think the process are the better team, the Bruins just have a cakewalk schedule.
Yep. That's the word I was looking for. For
Three
some reason, I was
cupcakes.
thinking about butter, and it just didn't.
They have a butter schedule.
Better schedule. Okay.
I don't know. I was like, that's not
I
butter.
see
It's not
it.
the
Because
right
it could
word.
be anyone
I
but
s-
her.
I see you being a salted butter type of guy.
Salted butter?
Salted, yeah.
Oh, salted butter.
Well, it's better than unsalted butter.
Better than unsalted butter.
Yeah.
Also,
Is what I heard. Actually, no.
That's so
unsalted
good.
unsalted butter is better, and I'm starting to understand why you can't find a family doctor. No one will take the job.
why for me?
Yeah,
I have like 2, literally.
you need to.
All right. It
I
is
have one
now,
on the go.
it is now time for.
Games of the week.
All right.
Il était tellement prêt.
All right, here we go. 5A and 5B, 3 games each, my man.
All right. We'll start with 5A. And we will go with.
This is the first one.
We will go
Let's
with
stay
the
consistent. Tuesday Night Lights versus GLC.
Well, it's not Tuesday night. GLC is gonna just hammer them. Tuesday Night Lights does not know how calendars work, and therefore will lose the game.
Maybe they got the algorithm and said, "Oh, there's Tuesday night games."
Just on Tuesday night.
They didn't know. I didn't know. Honestly, I'm
neither.
part
I
of
was very happy about Tuesday
I saw
night.
Tuesday night. Like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
I'll put like 5s, and then Rob sent me a message is like, "There's only 1 week." I said, "This is very disappointing."
Give me GLC to win.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to write these things down?
No.
We won't ever revisit them or hold
Yes.
ourselves
What have you been
accountable
doing
for
this whole
decisions.
time?
Who you got?
We're going to go with. I just had it. Brothers and Tents and Hammocks.
Oh, I like this game.
That's a good game.
I like this
I'm
game.
going to go Tents and Hammocks.
I'm gonna go Brothers.
I'm gonna go Brothers too.
From what I seen yesterday at Ibayer, Brothers is fast and they have a good defense. They'll be able to shoot. They shoot really well.
Yeah, very adaptable defense.
And
So that's what tends to that'll hurt new quarterback Brandon Aylward.
and
All right.
Steve Sanner gets under people's skins.
Next.
We will go with Big Fun Party Mix versus Touched by an Angelotti.
Big fun party mix.
Yeah, give me the big fun.
Shane Feinberg's been struggling in Division 5, playing
Yeah.
very well Division 6. It's bizarre.
Well, it's a tougher division.
Yeah, but his play is also like it's not just that he's playing against tough teams. He's also just not playing at the same level. For that reason, I think Big Fun Party Mix will win. They're just playing it. They're playing better right now.
Okay.
That took me a long time to say something very simple.
All right, next.
We're going to go 5B.
5e.
So Bruins versus player recognition.
Bruins.
Well, yeah, we talked
Bruins
about it.
by a lot of points. They will maul them
Oh, wow.
like a bear because
yes.
Bruins are like bears.
Bears,
I
exactly.
don't know if you know that.
I knew
We
that.
spoke
Yeah,
we spoke
I
about
heard
these
about
two
that.
teams before. So Dope Boys versus Process.
The process.
See, if this was 2 years ago, I would say, oh, Doughboys have a good chance of setting the favorite. This is not 2 years ago. Doughboys don't look the same. Give me Process.
They're terrible.
Mo with the big words
Process.
tonight. Mo's rough on these teams.
Terrible. I like that.
Yes. Next.
Threat level Midnight versus Punishers.
Punishers. They
Okay.
need to win because they need to stave off anyone below them. They're in a dogfight for the last playoff spot.
Give me threat level Midnight. I don't usually pick these guys, but I just feel like they'll be able to shut down 1 or 2 guys on Punishers. Force throws to the 3rd or 4th receiver, which is not something Anamo has been able to do well this season. Thus why threat level Midnight's going to win.
Who you got, Peeze?
I've got Punishers. This is a big game for them, and Threat Level Midnight won't be up to par, I don't think.
All right. Anything else there, Terry? We're done?
We are done, my friends.
All right. Okay. This I was expecting like the lead up to the whole apex of the song, but we're at the apex.
No, we started the Apex, we finished in
So
the
you're
Apex.
so you're asking me to do a lot here. I don't know how to rewind.
I know. You're like, I don't know. It's it works.
Perhaps the rewind button.
That's why maybe that's
Nice
why
words,
that's the
please.
play.
Do you think Jordan Woods is an avocado salsa person or just avocado in general?
Good night, Jason Witten from ESPN.
Ooh.